was finally time to do a good whole beginner flow, and I do air quotes because you don't have to be a beginner in order to do this. Sometimes I think it's really good to go back to the basics and just, kind of relearn some alignment stuff in each pose. I didn't go too in depth with alignment stuff just because sometimes it can be overwhelming if you are new. So I will go deeper into each pose a little bit more in my different flows. So I just thought this was like a good, baseline starting point. So if you are new, don't be scared. It's not intense. It's not too much. You can always modify if you need to. And with that being said, if you have any like props, blocks, bolsters, straps, or anything that you feel like you might need for this practice, go ahead and grab that. I actually decided to use my diffuser today. I used an oil blend called Peace and Calming. So if you want to use oils for your practice, go ahead and grab that as well. But I really hope you guys like this one. I feel like, again, it's good if you're a beginner or even an advanced practitioner, just because it's good to go back to the basics and kind of learn the fundamentals of certain things. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. That'd be awesome. But I just feel so grateful for all the support I've gotten this far. And just thank you so much. And I will see you guys on your mat. So let's get started in child's pose. Bring your knees as wide as your mat. That just kind of helps open up the hips a little bit more to make some space to walk your chest down in between your thighs or resting on top of your thighs, and then just gently drop your forehead to the mat. And to start, you want to be a little bit more passive in your body, so a little bit more relaxed. So drop your elbows down to the mat as well, so your palms, your forearms, your elbows are all resting against the mat. Try to really relax the body, so just take a deep breath in. And you'll use your exhale to just kind of soften all of the muscles. And do that again, inhaling nice and big. And exhaling to relax the body a little bit more. And try to keep your breath really long, really slow. So nice slow inhale. And then an even longer exhale. You're going to start to breathe what's called your ujjayi breath. It translates to your victorious breath. It's where you keep your lips sealed and your breath just stays in and out of the nose. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And you'll start to add a little bit of constriction to the back of the throat, kind of like you're fogging up a mirror in front of you, but keeping the lips sealed. This breath just helps warm your body up from the inside out. So just take a few breaths here to yourself. Try to connect to this ujjayi breath. Good. Your next inhale will lift you up to a tabletop. So you'll lift your hips off of the heels. You're going to bring your knees so they're facing the front edge of your mat. So this edge up here at the front of the mat. The fingertips are facing forward. Make sure the shoulders are stacked directly over the wrist and the hips are stacked directly over the knees. So tabletop, you want a nice flat back. So your back is kind of like a table. Your spine is long. And your belly is sort of engaged. So pull the belly button in and up towards the spine. You don't want any arch in your back. So lift the belly button up towards the spine. Good. On your inhale, cow pose. So drop your stomach to the ground. Lift your top of the head and the tailbone up to the ceiling. And then exhale, cat. You'll round the spine and you'll drop the chin into your chest. Do that again. Inhale, cow. You drop your belly down. Lift your head, your tailbone up. Exhale, cat. You'll round the spine, tuck the chin into the chest, get a good stretch in the back of the neck. Do that again. Inhale, cow. Arch your back. Look up towards the ceiling. Lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Exhale, cat, round the spine. Pull the chin to the chest. Hold it here for a second. Good. Come back through your tabletop so your back is flat. Your belly button is pulling in and up towards the spine. Good. Tuck your toes under. And you'll lift your hips up to your first downward facing dog. If you need to move your hands a handprint forward, feel free to do that. Your sit bones lift up to the ceiling, and then your heels fall down towards the mat. So your knees absolutely can be bent if you have tighter hamstrings, but the goal is to just feel that sensation of the heels falling towards the ground. Even if they don't touch, it doesn't matter. Just notice that sensation. You can start to what's called pedal push out your feet. So walk out your dog. You can bend one knee and then alternate bending the other knee and just keep going back and forth. It's just a good way to warm up the backs of the legs in your first down dog. Just notice your breath flowing in and out of the nose. And then eventually press both heels back down to the mat so you're finding stillness in your body. Feeling the breath flow in and out of the nose. Nice slow inhales. And then longer exhales. Your shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Your hands are pressing into the mat. Your fingertips are spread out nice and wide so the foundation is set in the hands. And just like in tabletop, your back is nice and flat, like one straight line. You still have your core engaged, the belly button in and up towards the spine. That helps flatten the back out. On your inhale, lift your heels up really high so you're up on your tippy toes. Good, and start to walk your feet up towards the top of the mat. Your feet will come hip distance, so you'll take both of your fists, press them together, and then place the fists in between the feet, and that should be a good indicator of them being hip distance apart. And you'll bend your knees a lot, so your belly, your chest is resting on the top of the thighs. Catch opposite elbows with the hands, let the head hang heavy. This is called a ragdoll, so let gravity do the work here. Try not to hold any tension in your upper body to hold you up in any way. That's why we bend the knees, is to have that support for our chest, for our lower back, to let everything relax. You can hang out here in stillness through center, or you can gently rock back and forth. You can shake your head yes, shake your head no, release your neck, your cervical spine. And then place the fingertips to the ground. Bring your feet into touch, so your heels and your toes will touch at the center of the mat. On your inhale, bring your back flat, just like that tabletop. Your hands will come to your shins. Your shoulder blades squeeze together. Good, and on your exhale, you'll fold it back down, fingertips to the ground. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Your hands are on your shins. Your shoulders are pulling away from the ears, and then your exhale will take you down, forward fold. Do that 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Good, back is flat, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. You'll reach up towards the ceiling, look up towards the ceiling, bring your palms to touch, and then pull your hands in front of your heart center. Pull your chin into your chest and just close your eyes. Take a moment here to set an intention. It's just a positive affirmation. It can be an I am statement, like I am strong, I am grounded, I am present. Just find something that resonates with you. And on your inhale, you'll reach up and look up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold all the way down over your legs. It's called Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Your back is flat, hands to shins. Good, and exhale, forward fold. Good, palms press into the mat. Step it back to a high plank. So your feet come to the back edge of the mat. Your hands are grounded into the mat, directly underneath your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Keep holding this high plank 1 more time. Inhale. And on your exhale, drop your knees to the ground for some extra support. You're going to lower halfway down. It's called a Chaturanga Dandasana. So elbows hug into your side body. Inhale, pull into an upward facing dog. Try to press into the tops of the feet. The goal is to get your thighs off the mat, but if that doesn't feel good for you, just keep them on the ground. Good, just hold this first one for a nice little warm up for the lower back. Good, and you'll slowly make your way back into a downward facing dog. You can pass through a tabletop to get there. You can just lift your hips right up into down dog. Just do what feels good. And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, lift the heels up high, come up onto your tippy toes. Walk your feet back up to meet the hands top of the mat. When you get there, feet are together. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Reach up to the ceiling, look up. And then this time, exhale takes you all the way back down, forward fold over the legs. Take it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, fold and place the palms onto the mat. Step it back to your high plank. Lower your knees down to the ground. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, low plank. Elbows hug into your side body. Inhale to upward facing dog. Press into the tops of the feet, shoulders away from the ears. And then press it all the way back to downward facing dog. Sit bones lift to the ceiling. Heels melt down towards the ground. Your breath is slow in and out of the nose. You'll step that right foot in between the hands. You can use this front arm to kind of help that foot forward. Drop that back knee down to the ground. I personally like to do any sort of low lunge before we get into any warrior poses, which we'll get to, but I just like to preface it with this because it's really good to warm up the hip flexors before you do anything. So drop the head towards the ground, relax the arms, relax the chest. Just feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And then feel the stretch in the front part of that left leg, that hip flexor. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good, lift your head up. And you'll start to lift your chest up, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Keep sinking your hips towards that front edge of your mat. That front knee should be directly over the front ankle. Take a full breath in, reaching through the fingertips. Good, stay for the breath out. One more time, inhale, nice and big. Exhale, hands to the ground. Good, step it back into your downward facing dog. So that right foot will meet the left foot at the back of the mat. You're still grounding the hands into the mat, so your foundation is set in the hands. The fingertips are spreading wide, protecting the wrists. And you'll step the left foot in between the hands. Again, you can use that hand to help that foot forward. Drop the back knee down. And framing the front foot means your hands are on either side of the foot. You'll relax the head down, relax the upper body, relax the arms. Take a few breaths here, noticing where you're feeling the stretch in the back of the neck, that right hip flexor, the front part of that leg. And you'll lift your head up, lift your chest up, reach your arms up. Good, keep sinking your hips forward, check out that front knee, make sure it's over that front ankle. Good, reaching through all of the fingertips, inhale. Stay for the exhale. One more time, breathing in. Exhale, hands to the mat, frame your front foot, find your downward facing dog. So that left foot meets the right foot. The sit bones lift high, the shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Take an inhale and take an exhale. Inhale, lift the heels high so you're on your tippy toes. Walk your feet up to meet the hands, top of the mat. You'll bring your feet together when you get there. Inhale, lengthen out so your back is flat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Utkatasana, chair pose. So drop your sit bones towards the ground and then lift your chest forward towards the wall in front of you. Reach the fingertips up, drop your shoulders down. If you have any shoulder issues or anything going on, bring your hands to your heart center. And then try to sink your hips down and then also back. So take a full breath in here and out. One more time, breathe in. And then exhale, fold over your legs and you straighten them out. Good, inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, place the palms onto the ground, step it back to your high plank. Drop the knees to the ground, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips to the sky. Good, and now that our legs are nice and warmed up from that low lunge, we'll step that right foot in between the hands for warrior one. Drop that back heel down to the ground, sort of at a diagonal angle, and you'll use the strength of your legs to rise up, reach up to the ceiling. Good, and you want your feet more so like on railroad tracks than a tightrope, so you have room to kind of square this rib cage forward. So I care more about the rib cage than the hips, just mainly because that doesn't really feel good in my body. So I focus on bringing this left rib cage forward to be square with the wall in front of you, sinking into that front leg. The knee is stacking directly over the ankle, just like in that low lunge. And then focus on that back foot. So you have that knife edge side of the back foot. You're pressing into it so this back leg extends. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, hands to the mat. Frame that front foot. The back heel will spin up. Find your high plank. Breathing in. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Full breath in. Full exhale. Same thing on the other side. Step the left foot forward, warrior one. The back heel drops down. Find a good distance between the legs and then rise up, reaching up to the ceiling. You're going to find the depth in that front leg, so bend into it as much as you can. The knee is over the ankle. You're pressing into that pinky toe side of the back foot. And again, you're squaring that right rib cage now forward. Good, still pressing into that back foot. And you want the arches of your feet lifting up, making sure everything is active. Good, right now we're flowing through what's called a sun salutation B. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot, the back heel spins up, find your high plank and flow through your vinyasa. Chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So whenever you flow through the chaturanga to up dog to down dog, that's called a vinyasa flow. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Walk your feet up between the hands and just make your way down to a seat. So you'll drop your hips down. You'll extend your legs out in front of you. Flex your toes back towards you. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, forward fold. You always have the option of bending your knees here. Again, if you have any issues with your lower back, or sometimes people have hamstring issues where you need to bend the legs, that's totally fine. Just notice what your body's telling you. Use your exhales to try to go a little bit deeper if possible. Just really recognize like what you're feeling in the backs of your legs, what you're feeling in your lower back. Maybe you're feeling it in other parts of your body as well. I want you to really notice that right now. And then bring it back to your breath, your ujjayi breath, in and out of the nose, making it audible with that constriction in the back of the throat. Good. Sit up nice and tall, reach your fingertips out in front of you. And slowly roll all the way down to your back. And when you make it there, take a full body stretch. So reach the arms up overhead. Point the toes down towards the ground. Take a big breath in. Exhale, pull the knees into your chest. And then just gently rock from left to right. Good. And place your feet onto the ground, your knees are bent. And you're going to press your upper arm bones into the ground. So your elbows are bent, your fingertips are lifting up towards the ceiling, and your palms are facing in towards each other. So your thumbs are facing towards the shoulders. Good. Now you're going to press your feet down and the upper arm bones down to lift the hips up, bridge pose. Now I want you to feel like you're holding something like a block or anything in between the knees so your legs stay active, protecting your lower back. Lift your knees up a little bit higher, or your hips up a little bit higher. Good, and slowly lower it down to the back. You'll hug your knees back into your chest. Let both knees fall over to the left so the right knee is stacking on top of the left knee. And extend your right arm out to a T. And if it feels good for you, look over the right shoulder. If you want to help that top knee down, that right knee down, use your left hand to rest it on top. Good. Switch sides, pull your knees back through center. Let both knees fall over to the right this time so the left knee is on top. The left arm will come out to a T. You'll look over your left shoulder if your neck allows it. You'll use this right hand and lie it on top of the left knee if you want to help it down a little bit more. You'll come back through center, give yourself one last hug. Wrap your arms around your legs, around your shins, wherever you can grab. Inhale, pull your forehead up to the knees. And exhale, release Shavasana, your final resting pose. So you want to bring your feet out nice and wide. You want to bring your arms out away from your body. The palms are up. The fingers are slightly curled because they're completely relaxed. The goal of this pose is just to take in everything this practice gave you, to just allow your body to rest in stillness so your mind can eventually follow. So just noticing how your body feels right now, lying on your mat. No movements, no judgments. I'm going to take a deep breath in, filling your belly up and then feeling your chest rise. And then on your exhale, feel your chest fall and then your belly empties. Take one more big breath by yourself. Again, just allowing your body and your mind to take in everything that this practice gave you. Enjoying this stillness, enjoying this silence, lying on your mat by yourself. Just take a few minutes here. Really try to enjoy it, take it in. And I'll see you yogis next time. Namaste.